Hey doing guys, in today's video, we're just going to be going through your questions. We haven't got anyone sending in their teams anymore. I imagine mainly because there's not many trades to go here. But yeah, big thank you for all of you guys for still sticking around in this one. So cheers for the video, our pleasure. Gav, yeah, really enjoying those scoop videos. I hope you guys are as well. Should I bring in McInnes or Munster? I actually think McInnes will probably just outdo Munster there. And just based it probably around, do you need a little bit more mid cover? Like, do you have four mids maybe at this point, three mids, for example, and then Murray's going to be out next week, and if there's another injury to another mid next week, then you're short in that section. Do you have multiple halves? Do you have sort of three halves at the moment or something like that? So base it maybe around that. They should be able to score fairly similarly, and there's definitely no risk, I think, in my opinion, that McInnes will get rested. Whereas Munster, if they kind of lock in a spot, he may get rested. At this point, he did miss one game after Origin, so yeah, that's something to consider as well. He's already missed one in that one. Trading out Moses, who will be the better trade in out of McInnes, Gagai, Drinkwater, and DCE. So if you are obviously short, or if you think your wing fullback or your center at the moment is a little bit light, then I think center first. I would go Gagai first, and then Drinky. And if you're just looking at a pure scoring, out of the four of those guys, I do think it'll be McInnes and DCE. We'll probably tie that out. Similar to that last one with McInnes and Munster, I think DCE and Munster will probably average about the same. I don't think DCE has any risk of being left out of the side or rested. With them, basically can't make the 8 anymore. I think that things could change for Manly after this game. Like, will they play just the same? Just have a little think about that one with that, and obviously just based on which position you need as well. Who's the best option? Munster, Hughes, Lomax, Gagai, or Garrick? I think you would go Munster and Gagai on that one first. Awesome video, mate. Thank you, Hori. Prelim final head-to-head matchup. Have 5 trades left. That's great. Well done. Was thinking Penasini, Sanders Smith, Hopgood. Oh, the triple. To Gagai, Harrison Graham, and Yo, Tino, McInnes, DC, or Munster. Leaves me 2 trades, or should I hold Hopgood and save trade for next week grand final? Cheers. So I do think Hopgood will go better than last week, but on the edge, we have seen a couple of games where he was pumping it through the middle, and then he didn't get any ball when he went to the left-hand side. That was after a lot of minutes. Like, that was that first half of just going nuts. I think he was close to 50 in that first half, and then he hardly got any ball. He was fairly tired, but I think he'll obviously get involved a bit more in the edge than he did when he switched to there. But overall, I think it's probably a little bit of a worry. So if you're completely fine to move him on, for you, it's the prelim. So you've got this week and next week only. So his buy doesn't really matter. But otherwise, I think Penasini, Sandon, to be able to trade to Gags is going to be a massive upgrade there. Harrison Graham's going to be an upgrade on Sandon as well. So I think making those 3 trades is going to be worth it. So Hopgood trading out is completely fine. And if you're looking at your best scores over the next 2 weeks, I think Yo's going to be the consistent guy. And then Tino and McInnes could be a little bit more like the 50 odd, and then maybe like a 65 to 70 if things go right for him. I'd probably go for in that direction if you want. And then DC Munster will probably slightly below them for that one. So good stuff. Edward, 3 trades left. Is it reasonable to hold Boyd for looping this week, and then I plan on trading him, Penasini, and Hopgood for Haas, a cash cow, and another gun in the final 2 rounds. Yeah, that's great, man. If you've got a solid, strong 17 and being able to loop a potential like 17th guy, then I think that works, and then you can go from there. Kieran, Horse or DCE for Munster if he's out? Oh yeah, that's the other thing actually with Munster, guys, that just heard it. He potentially might be missing this game. I'm not sure if it's injury related or there's some talk that his wife is likely to have their second child sometime this weekend. So that might be why he's out. And if he is out, you need to have multiple trades. I'm not sure how your trade situation is, but if you have sort of 2 or 3, then it would be fine to trade Munster. I think if he's out and you need to use him to get to a decent 17, then I think they're both going to score about the same, Horse or DCE. So DCE could have a 40 game in him, just like Horse can if he plays limited minutes. But I do think that this game will be a little bit closer for the Raiders, and he'll be able to get some good base stats there. Even if it is 60, 65 minutes, I think he'll be able to do a good job there. But you do see their bench of having, I think, Schiller's on there and also Starling. So you'd imagine Horse plays some good minutes there. So either one of those is going to work out well. Mids are Haas, Hopgood, Murray, Cheese, and Max King. Cool. So really either way, I think the cover doesn't really matter. So just pick who you think it's a 3-week play. So both of them are going to play all 3 games. It's just which one you think is going to score more. I think they'll probably average out to the same, but obviously week to week will be a bit strange. You can see DC get a 40 and then an 88. Horse is like a 40, then a 60 odd at the moment. Preston to Nat Butcher leaves me with 1 trade, which I will use last round to move on Hopgood to anyone. Beautiful. Preston and Haas to Yo and Tino, or SJ and AFB head-to-head player. Okay. Head-to-head player. If your finals are in the next couple of weeks, then I think Yo is going to be pretty important. SJ's kind of carrying a quad issue at the moment, so I think Yo and Tino will work really well. I'd probably likely push you to hold Haas, but if you do need to win this week and you have a bunch of trades left, then that's completely fine to trade them out. And Yo and Tino will do a really, really good job, I think, in this one. Thoughts on Joe? I think he's solid, but obviously, if it's more of a play for the next couple of weeks, then it would be half okay. But do remember that Regan Campbell-Gillard is back, and Joe will probably play somewhere around the 30 to 40 minutes and probably not be worth it. Thoughts on Matto? 1 trade left. Yeah, we didn't speak about him yesterday. Sorry for that. But you'd imagine he moves onto the edge when I think Hopgood should be playing in the middle rather than him playing on the edge. I don't know why they continue to move Matto around and not play him in the position that he's probably his best. 1 trade left. I think you hold, but I do understand why you would move on. But I suppose in this case you'd probably want a fair bit extra cash so you can really make an upgrade, like to an Isaiah or something like that. Zach, trading Aaron Clark, got enough cash for AFB, but should I cash down a bit to someone like Jay King or Adam Elliott and wait till next for Cam Murray to Haas or Yo? 6 trades left. I think with Aaron Clark, if you can get to Adam Elliott, I think you can use him as the 17th man pretty comfortably. If you do have enough cash for AFB, then that's going to work also. But it depends if you want to use that extra cash next week to go Cam Murray up. So if that AFB one ruined your chances of getting Cam Murray up to one of the top guns in Haas or Yo, then I'd probably just go for Elliott. That would work well. You got 6 trades left, man. Yeah, get into it. Use that one this week, definitely. It's just whichever way you want to go. I think AFB and Elliott can probably score similar. Adam's kind of coming into his work, which is good. If I've got 1 trade left, should I go Hands to Tafade to Hutchison? Yes, I agree with Brett there, Brett Grady, that you want to use that last trade to actually get you a decent 17. That's where myself personally, I'm looking at bringing in Harrison Graham or like Hutcho, these types of guys, and I'm doing that to really help me get a strong 17. I think I'm gonna wait. The hardest thing is I really want to see how Penasini goes, but I think I'll wait to see how that first couple of games go, and if I don't have any really low scorers or something like that in a looping spot, then I will pull the trigger. Likely I'm going to pull the trigger from Hands to Harrison Graham in that trade there. But you really want to use it to get to that good 17 before you just use your last trade. Raymond's definitely a solid buy if you haven't got. He's gotten pretty expensive over the last few weeks for sure, but he's definitely a solid purchase as well. Him and Katoni Staggs have gotten really expensive, strangely enough. But if you don't have the money for Gagai, then Raymond will do just fine. Using my last trade this week, I have 799k JDB to trade out. Yeah, beautiful. To spend on anyone will be in my bench. Don't know who scores best. Yeah, you've got a guy that's out for the year, so just grab him. Lock him in anyway. Who scores best? Horse, McInnes, Munster, DCE, etc. Probably McInnes first. Yeah, everyone's agreeing on that. Thank you, guys. And then the others. Just McInnes are massive minutes. Well, that suspense with Harry Grant got me laughing. Yeah, especially when you knew. That was funny. I agree with that. 1 trade left. Sell Hands or Tafade. I think I'm going Hands personally, given he's going to be missing that last round and he's not really helping you as a scoring situation. I need a centre cover in that price range. So Kohler, he'll be fine. Let's actually have a look in that centre position just to help you out. Centre position 430 odd. Yeah, so somewhere there. All right. Burns, half okay. If you can get up to Connor Tracy, that would be fun. Or Ewan Aiken should score really well this week if you got that extra cash. If you don't, there's Kohlers there. I think Avrilo will be better than he was. It would have been nice if Dean Mariner was available for you. Otherwise, yeah, it's not much. So yeah, probably just that couple I mentioned there is going to work out okay. Kohler has that boom or bust. That's the issue with him. He's kind of like he can be like a 20 player, but I suppose Avrilo has the boom or bust. Rocco Berry hasn't been too great of recent time. Braden Burns, we know what he can do. And as I said, if you can get up to Tracy or Aiken, that would work great for you. But definitely sell hands. Going to be hard for me to decide who to loop out of Appy, Russell, and Graham. All can score big, and Appy and Graham playing in the same game. Yeah, look, I think Russell's going to be your consistent guy, as Sam said, and then I'd definitely be going Appy and Russell over Graham, just because he hasn't played many games. It's a bit of a risk with him. Russell's played that couple extra, and we've seen a couple more consistent games from him. I don't think, I was thinking potential 80 minutes, but I don't think that will actually happen in this one. I think they'll move Katoa to the 9 position, like they were last week as well. I think these team lists will hoover up many people's final trades, and if they had any to begin with, that's for sure. Last 2 here. Who would you have? Who would have thought No Frills Russell was the next Preston in fantasy? Drags merry-go-round all year in back row, little job security. I'm sure many picked Colquhoun and Finafuriaki over him at the time. It's crazy, isn't it? Is Coruscant the best option if you can't get Harry now? 6 points in goals last 2. Easy draw. Cook has bye. Harrison splits with Isaiah Katoa. Croker too expensive. Terrific. Yeah, lock him in. Great analysis there, Mac. Thank you, and appreciate it, Brett. And I don't have a centre cover or any trades left. I'm done for. Oh. Very sad. Reason why I hanged in my last trade is I only got 1 extra edge in centre, and they are power guys, whoever are coming by. Yeah. Fox NRL has team tips on Tuesday and mentioned Boyd was going to be out. Nice. Tried Sutton, cash down last week. Listened to start again at lock, but didn't play last week at 300k. Bloodbath, Boyd, Tafade, Lemu, Preston, Moses, Haas, Carrigan. Very, very sad on that one there. There you go. Yes, a few people mentioned that Boyd might be out. There was some news there. Last one over here. Preston to DCE for Fifita or Money Munster. Lean towards DCE, especially with this crazy fortnight after the Wires game. Yeah, I think that works well. With Money potentially missing this game, I think DCE and Fifita on the same level. Fifita is really helpful in that edge position, but has a tough matchup against Panthers. So DCE could definitely be the play on that one. Thank you very much for being here, guys. We'll get to our potential trades video up a little bit later. I wish you all the best of luck heading into the last 3 rounds of NRL Fantasy. Sad. See you guys.